So, guys, tell me, how do you date when you're a single mom with 2 kids that aren't in school yet and you have nobody to watch them, but you also don't want somebody you don't know that well yet to meet your kids?
A new ick for me when a man finds your hyper independence super attractive. Yeah, I can be independent. Yes, I do it all on my own as a single mom. But like the fact that you find that hot and attractive is like a huge ick for me, because I want to be soft. I want you to come in and be like, yeah, that's great that you can do it all on your own, but hey baby, I'm here and you don't need to do all of it on your own anymore.
This is exactly what all of these single mothers are looking for. They say that they are strong and independent and that they don't need no man, but at the end of the day, they are dating dudes so that they can be saved from their own terrible decisions. And a lot of guys are not interested in looking after another man's kids. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, we are going to be covering some delusional single mothers here who are trying to return to the dating market. Now, obviously, they shouldn't be in the dating market at all. A few years ago, this kind of stuff was taboo, right? You wouldn't really see single mothers who are trying to date. And if they were widows. But it's absolutely everywhere now. So we're going to be talking about why men are refusing to date them. And we're going to be jumping in with this tattooed single mother here first. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. And make sure you check out Ministry of Masculinity. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the pinned comment. Let's take a listen.
So, guys, tell me, how do you date when you're a single mom with 2 kids that aren't in school yet?
Yeah, let me answer that question right off the bat. You're not supposed to. I see a lot of stupid questions fly around on the internet, guys, and the stupidest ones are the ones where you can just answer, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Okay? You found the father of your children, and yet you're still out here looking for something else. I don't care if he's an awful person. I don't care if he ran away. Okay, figure it out. It's not men's problem, and it's not men's, their duty to come in and solve your issues for you. But this is what these women return to the dating market for, guys. They want a paycheck. They want a man who's going to open up his wallet and save her from her terrible decisions.
And you have nobody to watch them, but you also don't want somebody you don't know that well yet to meet your kids. You see what my problem is?
Yeah, I think we can all see what the problem is here, is that you're clinically insane. Okay, so it's funny because she says she's trying to take care of the kids' the welfare of the child here. But if she were truly trying to take care of the welfare of the child, she would ensure that they had a father figure that was around in the household and a stable household was made in the first place. But they don't do that, guys. So I never buy this stuff of like, oh, we're looking after the kids. Were you really? I don't really know about that one. Let's continue. This woman is dating as a full-time single mother and reasons there aren't second dates. So let's take a listen to why men are not following up with dating her, apparently.
Oh, well, I have kids, so. My kids. I have a favorite McDonald's. I do. I love to travel. Oh, about 8 years ago, I went to Disney World.
It's always,
Yeah, see, the reason why dudes aren't dating you is it doesn't have anything to do with your hobbies and all of these sorts of things, right? What it really has to do with is that men don't want to look after kids that are not their own. I kind of tuned out during this video, guys, right here. I always find it incredibly pitiful and hard to watch when you have these women try and talk about their dating lives and why it's unsuccessful on TikTok when everybody knows the reason, okay? And here's the thing about men providing crap for these women and men coming and supporting these girls is that men aren't even appreciated for doing it. I find it hard to argue that men should do it in the first place, but it becomes even harder to argue when men aren't appreciated for supporting women at all pretty much anymore these days, guys. Like, men just flat out get used for this, right? If you're a guy and you're going to come in and provide for a woman, so many of them will just treat you like garbage to the point where men just go, you know, I'm not really interested in the whole providing thing that you're talking about here. I don't want to do it. Let's continue into this next woman. I think we've covered this woman previously on the channel. Absolute headache of an individual, if I remember correctly. So let's jump through this one.
Many other hoes that you're paying attention to. I know you're entertaining so many different men. You just don't text me enough. You must not feed that into me. Literally, I just worked a full day, had to come home, cook me and Zuri dinner, listen to about 3 tantrums already within the span of like an hour, have to give her a tub, put her to bed. That's going to take about another 2 hours if I'm lucky, and maybe have an hour of me time before I go to bed. And you think I want to sit here and go back and forth. How was your day? How was your day? How's your day? What are you doing? What are you doing? How'd you sleep? Boy, be so for real. Next time, ask me how you could alleviate some of this stress.
And there it is, guys. It's always about what kind of money can the man provide? What kind of fixing can the man do? Can the man repair her car? Can he fix her shelves? Can he pay her rent? Can he do things for her? Okay, so what the plan is here for modern women who are in this position is go out there, have a child with a random dude who they find attractive by accident because they refuse to use contraception. And then they want to come out here and look for a guy who's going to provide for them. And here's the kicker, guys. The men who come in and do this, they get cheated on anyway. I like, you know, don't shoot the messenger here, gentlemen, but this is what happens is the dudes who come in and look after these women, they don't respect them. Maybe you guys have been out there, you've been in a relationship with a woman like this. Doesn't have to be a single mother. But when women don't respect you, there's no point you being there in the first place because they just end up cheating on you in the, you know, at the end anyway. They probably, you know, they line up the dudes during the relationship, and people like to pretend that this doesn't happen and that it's a very minute chance, guys, but this stuff happens a damn lot. People just don't want to talk about it, right? Because you get cancelled in real life if you talk about these sorts of things. You know, if you have an opinion on this sort of stuff, people are likely to try and take your job away from you. And I'm not even joking about that, guys. Like, you know, it's a very dangerous opinion to hold that, hey, a lot of these people, a lot of these women are actually acting terribly towards men in a very large way. There's a lot of them that do this particular behavior.
How's your day? What are you doing? What are you doing? How'd you sleep? Boy, be so for real. Next time, ask me how you could alleviate some of this stress.
So it happened again. I had a date cancel on me and we were supposed to go out for dinner tonight as a single mom. So it's a few hours before the dinner. I get a Instagram message that he's not gonna be able to make it. He has to bail. This was a guy from my DMs and he's out of town. He said he was coming into town, wanted to take me out for dinner. I said sure, cleared my schedule, made sure that I used one of my 4 free nights a month to meet this guy. And the funny thing is that I knew this was gonna happen. I had a feeling a few days ago and told a few friends that this guy was gonna stand me up. So I guess at least he had the decency to send me a message. And
isn't it funny, guys, how these women know that they're shooting out of their league and they know that they're trying to get commitment from men? They have no business trying to get commitment from men, from these men, right? They chase these dudes who are out of their league, is the point I'm trying to make here. And then when the guy cancels, they're like, oh, I knew he would cancel. Yeah, because the dude doesn't want you. And also, you're a single mother. Guys, I'm telling you, the reason why all of these women have the same dating stories and they feel like all men are doing them wrong is because they're all chasing the same group of dudes. It doesn't matter if she's a single mother, doesn't matter if she's divorced, doesn't matter if she's, you know, having her party years. They all chase these dudes, and they know that these men demonstrate red flags. They know that these men won't give them commitment or that it will be very difficult to get commitment from them. They know all of these things. Logically, they understand them, but they just don't care, right? Because if the man is attractive enough, guys, we can, you know, all of the logic, the logical decision-making is completely overridden. The logic doesn't even exist. Right? You can have a man who's highly attractive, but he's an awful person, right? And women will spin that into, oh, he's just misunderstood, right? Like, oh, I need to help him with his healing, okay? If the man is attractive, any sort of rationalization to make him look like a good person will follow. or they'll just continue to see him anyway. It literally does not matter. This is why I think a lot of guys are confused when they go out there and they try and date women and they get all these sob stories, right? And you're like, oh, that's awful. So men naturally, right? We want to be nicer. We want to perhaps understand what these women are going through. But the thing that men come to realize is that they're doing it to themselves. This is entirely self-inflicted. They love doing this crap, right? So who am I to argue with this? If you want to make these decisions, go for it.
And let me know that he wasn't going to make it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think this guy had actually any intentions of coming to my city. I think it was all bullshit, and I was just picking up on this really hardcore. But I can't even get a date. I literally cannot even get one date, get people to meet me. I don't understand what it is. I'm not on the dating apps, trying to meet people in real life. Thought maybe I would try my DMs to see if that was an option, like my own personal dating app for all my social media. That's not working. What is it? Like, what am I not getting? What am I doing wrong? What am I not seeing?
It's funny because she says, like, what am I not seeing, right? But she tells you that she sees the red flags. Like, isn't this funny, guys, how you can have someone who logically understands that something is a bad idea, they still go through with it, and then despite them logically understanding that it was a bad idea, they claim that they didn't see it. And this is why so many dudes are just not interested in dating these women, guys. Their entire life is chaotic, complete mess. They can't follow through with anything logically. These are the types of people, guys, that, you know, you just can't rely on for absolutely anything. They will tell you one thing and then do the complete opposite. Like, I'm willing to bet that a lot of men who are watching this particular video right now, you've met women like this. Perhaps you've been in a relationship with one, or hopefully not a marriage with one. If you have, I feel sorry for you. I hope you got out all right, or I hope you're going to be able to leave all right. But these women are absolutely everywhere, man, and you can't rely on them, right? You can't say to them, hey, I need you to be here at 3 p.m. And, you know, they'll go, yeah, sure, not a problem. I can do that for you, and whatever arrangement you guys have. And she'll just completely, like, go and do something else. She'll just get distracted by something else, or, you know, something will come up to the point where these people have no kind of obligations then to anything other than the way they feel at the end of the day, right? And this is why this woman completely gets stood up, aside from the fact, obviously, that she has kids and that she's probably completely psychopathic. But let's continue into the next clip here.
New ick for me: when a man finds your hyper independence super attractive. Yeah, I can be independent. Yes, I do it all on my own as a single mom. But like, the fact that you find that hot and attractive is like a huge ick for me, because I want to be soft. I want you to come in and be like, yeah, that's great that you can do it all on your own, but hey baby, I'm here and you don't need to do all of it on your own anymore.
There's something really ironic to me about women yelling that they want to be soft. Like, these two things don't really make sense to me. It reminds me of the woman that I covered the other day, guys, who was sitting there saying, listen, you know, she was incredibly masculine, but she didn't, and she was saying that, you know, trying to advocate to women that they should be feminine, but she had no idea what being feminine even meant in the first place. Like, these women will be like, yeah, I want to be feminine, but they're screaming it. This is the equivalent of like a dude dressing up in a dress and high heels and then claiming that he just wants to be masculine, right? He just wants a woman to let him be masculine. If you switch the genders, it makes absolutely no sense. Like, imagine if dudes were walking around here, guys, going, you know, I want to be masculine, but I just, you know, I'm waiting for that right woman so that I feel as though it's necessary to get in the gym or to take care of my life properly. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, a dude's, in the meantime, he's walking around in high heels, but he's just waiting for that one woman to bring out his masculinity. Like, you would look at that dude and you would laugh. I know I would laugh, because it makes no sense, man. Right? They want to be, what's the phrase? I've heard this phrase thrown around a lot, guys, but it's conditionally feminine, I believe. They're not actually feminine people. They're not actually feminine women. It's just conditional. And the condition is you have to give them crap. And then even then, it still won't last. Like, if this woman right here, she'll be you could give this woman $2,000 and she'll be feminine for half a day, if that. Like, good luck to you.
I want a man to fucking show up so I can be soft, so I can sit in my feminine energy. I want to feel safe and I want to feel taken care of. I want you to take some things off my plate and just take care of it. I also don't want to be your mom. I don't want to take care of you also. And when you think that's so attractive that I can do all of the things all on my own, all I think about is like, great, now you expect me to also cook and clean for you. Now I'm good. Sometimes I really think that I'm just going to be single forever. And
Yeah, you are going to be single forever. And I don't say that to be a piece of crap to these women, guys. I don't say that to be nasty or mean or anything. Because personally, I don't really care if this woman is single for the rest of her life or not. It makes literally no difference to me. But to answer her sentence here, wasn't really a question, but I'm going to answer it anyway. Yeah, you're going to be single for the rest of your life because this attitude is absolutely terrible. This woman's attitude, guys, is so terrible that I can't even continue to pay attention to her while I watch the videos. Like, while I watch the video, excuse me. Like, I'm sitting here, guys, and I'm, like, paying attention to everything except the woman because I don't want to listen to her. You know, I'm looking at my coffee cup right now, and I'm thinking to myself, I should probably make another cup of coffee before I go to the gym after watching this garbage. Like, my mind is just completely wandering because men don't want to listen to this nonsense. We don't. Right, guys? Like, if you listen to this stuff, and you, especially if you're a guy who takes things very literally, you know, you take it to heart, what's going to happen is you're just going to lose your mind a bit, right? At a certain point, you have to laugh at this garbage and say, yeah, no, thank you. I'm just not interested. Okay, but let's wind that back, guys, because that was a crazy amount of masculinity. I wasn't even really listening here to what she was saying. She says, I want to feel safe and I want to feel taken care of. Man, nobody wants to take care of you and your children, all right?
taken care of. I want you to take some things off my plate and just take care of it.
Yeah, right. So we're supposed to come in and solve her problems for her. And women will always argue this point of like, yeah, if you come in and you solve the problems on my plate, then I'm going to cook for you and I'm going to be feminine for you. Number one, most men can sort their own food. But number two, it's just not a fair trade. You know, I'm supposed to empty my wallet to assist you with your problems and your kid that's not even mine. And you're going to cook food for me. I can just order food. If I didn't know how to cook, guys, you know, these days everything's so accessible. You can just order food, right? Like, what is the point of this, man? Like, women really overestimate the value that they bring. Yeah, if you spend this much money on me, then I'm going to cook food for you. I think a lot of guys would just say, I'm just going to hire someone to cook instead, or I'm going to go order food, or I'm just going to make it myself because it's way less of a headache. I'll spend triple the amount of time making it than it would take you to make it, but at least I don't have you nagging me all day about me helping you, right? There's a very asymmetrical trade here going on, guys, where women think that their femininity is worth thousands of dollars looking after a kid and looking after them. Oftentimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars, guys, when we factor into account things like real estate and the fact that men lose their properties and everything after dealing with these women.
I also don't want to be your mom. I don't want to take care of you also. And when you think that's so attractive that I can do all of the things all on my own, all I think about is like, great, now you expect me to also cook and clean for you. Now I'm good. Sometimes I really think that I'm just going to be single forever. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I want a partner, not a project.
Yeah, see, I don't think she's okay with that. But yeah, she just wants an equal partner, guys. She just wants... No, sorry. Not interested in partnerships. Not happening. It's so hilarious, man. So absolutely hilarious. But let's continue onto this clip here. Single mother and a boring guy. Let's take a listen.
Go for the boring guy? Let me explain. Hey, I'm Amanda. I'm your cautionary tale. Follow me for more single mom advice. I've been through it all and trying to help you avoid the same mistakes that I made.
Yeah, I can't wait to take financial advice from someone who is a single mother. Again, this is like taking financial advice from someone who is homeless and has never had more than $20 to their name. And the only reason they had 20 was because they found it on the street, right? And I'm supposed to take advice from you. I think taking advice from women like this, particularly for other women, is just incredibly dangerous. Like, if you as a woman... Here's my thing about taking advice from people, guys. I don't like to take advice from people whose position that I don't want to be in. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would you take advice from somebody who clearly has no idea what they're talking about in the realm that you're trying to improve in? That's why I don't give a damn if people don't take my advice, right? If I say something on here like, hey guys, I wouldn't recommend doing that, And some dude watches the video and goes, oh, okay, well, I don't want to listen to this guy. He's just an animated vampire. I don't know who the hell he is. Fair enough, right? I'm not going to cry and complain about that because I can't force people to take my opinions, right? Who the hell cares at the end of the day? If people want to listen, they can. If they don't want to listen, fine. Go and marry a single mother. See how it works out for you. Okay? But it's just funny to me how these women give advice to other women. But like, if you're a woman, why would you want to be in this woman's position in the first place? It makes no sense to me.
So at a therapy session, my therapist said, you know, you need to go for the boring guy. Like, what do you mean? Like, I want adventure, I want excitement, I just got out of this terrible toxic relationship. She's like, no. She goes, you're used to toxic relationships. That's what you know. You have to retrain your brain. That's actually not the kind of guy you want. You're gonna think this guy is boring, but he's not really. You think you want the guy that whisks you off to Hawaii or Vegas. It's helicopter rides, like on The Bachelor. No. You want the guy that sets up your bleacher seat before you arrive at your son's baseball game.
Yeah, so essentially what we're describing here is a cuck, right? Why on earth would you want... Man, if you're a dude and you're doing this, shame on you. Honestly, going out here, setting up seats for some woman so she can watch the kid that isn't even yours. I mean, what are we doing out here, man? I think the sad part is oftentimes men get told that they should look after this. But it's good to see a lot of guys are just walking away from this completely. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there because I don't want to listen to these women anymore. I just want to have my coffee and I want to go to the gym. So guys, make sure you take care of yourselves and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.